फिट रहना उतना मुश्किल काम नहीं है जितना कुछ लोगों को लगता है। फिटनेस की डोज आधा घंटा रोज। इस मंत्र में सभी का स्वास्थ्य, सभी का सुख छिपा हुआ है।
Hello friends, I know you all are school going students right now stuck at home because of this funny thing called coronavirus, which is threatening you that if you come out of the house, I'm going to grab you. So as I was telling you, I'm here in Pune. So when I break into Hindi in between and you find my Hindi to be a bit Bombaya Bollywood type of Hindi, please forgive me. Yeah, but I'll try. I'll definitely try. So first of all, I hope you all are taking great care of yourselves. What I mean by great care is not eating too much, because you all must be pampered to death by now. Both parents at home, most cases, probably grandparents around. So parents going out every morning to buy you loads of stuff as if it is the end of the world, and bringing all the chocolates and Cadburies and all the pani puris and whatnot. So you all must be having fun at home, I'm sure. Plus, I'm quite sure that a lot of you are getting unlimited internet time. Usually, parents are after your life to drop down that screen. So I'm a child psychiatrist, child and adolescent psychiatrist. So I see troubled kids till about 18 years of their age. I work with family court. I work with tons of schools here, and that is the sort of work I do. That's how I earn my living. I also work for a medical college to run their child psychiatry OPD. I do a bit of social work by working with orphanages. I work for prevention of child sex abuse. You may have seen my work on Amir Khan's Satyamev Jayate a few years ago. So that is all the kind of stuff that I do. First of all, good morning to all of you. A lovely morning. It's nice, bright and sunny out there. I don't know how it is all over India, but this is good summer. So all India is supposed to have nice weather just now. So good morning to all of you. Thanks a lot for being here. And my big thanks to Fit India Movement. My huge thanks to CBSE and CISE boards for facilitating all of this and giving me a chance to talk to you on this bright summer morning. You all have seen lots of videos about physical fitness so far, lots of exercises, what you can do at home and all of that. So I'm sure you are doing all of that every day, making your parents to move about a bit as well and having fun, having good time at that. Today, I'm going to talk about mental wellness and mental fitness. It's a funny thing because, many times when we talk about sportsmen, we talk about these big sportsmen. So now imagine being Usain Bolt or being Sachin Tendulkar or Virat Kohli or PV Sindhu or Saina Nehwal, and imagine being there on the court or on the ground or on the running track. It's a big championship match. It's a very important match. And you know that a billion plus Indians are watching you, plus people of all over the world. And everybody expects you to go out there and win. And can we imagine the pressure? And I'm sure you all of you face that pressure every year in your exams, multiple times in your exams, that you go to write this exam and you know that your parents are expecting you to score above 100 every time. Every paper that you touch must have at least 95 plus or 100% if possible. That kind of pressure. Now just multiply that a billion times because there are a billion Indians watching you. That's a huge amount of pressure. And I really don't know how people do it. Imagine being Virat Kohli in the middle of the ground. You're just walked in. It's a difficult condition for your team. And people are chanting all over the place, Virat, Virat. Somebody shouting at the top of his, hey, Virat, chakka lagana, kya khada hai udhar? Imagine doing that when you are facing some of the best bowling attack in the world and your team is in difficult condition. I think mental fitness and mental stability and mental resilience is what makes them great, right? So today we are going to talk about just two issues, and I'm not going to go into big science of that, just two issues about how to deal with negative emotions in very, very practical 3 steps. And the second part is going to be how to be mentally fit, how to get that kind of resilience, and how do you find positivity in most of the circumstances. I'm going to tell you 3 or 4 very simple exercises that you can do at home. So there is not going to be any philosophizing here, only one bit of science, and that I will finish in first 1 minute. So, this is our head, this is where our brain sits. And most of the times when you look at brain, you see that cauliflower-like structure up there. But if you have to slice your brain, I mean, don't do it on me, I still want to live a long life. If you slice your brain through and open it, what you will see is this, like a structure like this. Where all this part is that cauliflower top, which you see. But if you open it, there is this big part of spinal cord coming in, and your deep brain is here. Okay, normally you don't see this deep brain. This is where all your emotions lie, but they are covered by this cortex, this big part of the brain. Most of you know about cerebral cortex now, particularly this frontal part, which is prefrontal cortex, which controls all the emotions, which gives you brakes and ABS and steering wheel, whereas the engine of that brain is your emotions. You want the engine and you want the control as well. Okay, so this is how your brain works. The challenge is that when the engine starts raving, you need a good control system on that. Because you want to use that engine to go to the destination in a great style and great speed and maybe even win the race, but you definitely want to have that control. अपने को वो कंट्रोल चाहिए गाड़ी पे. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि इंजन बहुत जोरदार है लेकिन बिल्कुल कंट्रोल में नहीं है. हर बार जब गाड़ी गैराज से बाहर निकलती है तो जाके कहीं तो ठोक के ही वापस आती है. We don't want our emotions to be that way. So you all don't need to be educated about it. So when you're feeling good, when you're feeling happy, you know why you're feeling happy. When something happens as you wanted, when you perform well, when people appreciate it, when people reciprocate to your effort, when you achieve something, or when you experience something nice, it is a great positive feeling. And when you realize that you're feeling nice, that positive feeling enhances and you feel even better. But the funny thing about negative feelings is that most of the times we are not aware that we are in the grips of negative emotion. All right. It tells you that something terrible is going to happen. It warns you. Now, whether really terrible is going to happen or not, that is not under consideration here. It just tells you that something terrible is going to happen and it makes you scared. So it could be something as simple as you haven't done your homework, or there is going to be some teacher who's going to be really tough on you on that particular day. You may be worried about your friends responding to you or not, or getting bullied at school, or having a terrible exam, or so many things. When I was a kid and when I used to go to school in 9th and 10th standard, I didn't have any facial hair. Bilkul chikna chupda tha. And most of my friends have started growing beard and mustache by then. And the kind of names you get called when you don't have mustache and beard by then. And every morning I used to dread going to school कि यार आज फिर से ये मेरे ले लेंगे. And eventually I did grow a beard when I went to college. But there are small little things which you can't even discuss with anybody. You can't even tell anybody कि यार मुझे बहुत डर लग रहा है क्योंकि अभी मेरी मूछें तो नहीं निकल आई है, लेकिन अभी स्कूल में जाऊंगा तो सब बच्चे मेरी बहुत मजाक उड़ाते हैं, अभी मैं क्या करूं, है ना? These are all very private feelings that we have. And this is the fear that we are talking about. This is a small fear that I talked about, but depending on your situation, there can be big fears as well. Then there is sadness. When we lose something, when something that was ours or that was supposed to be ours or something that we had achieved and we lose that, we feel sad. It may be loss of friends, it may be loss of first rank in the school, it may be loss of some prestige, it may be a real financial loss. फेवरेट चीज होती है वो निकल जाती है, अपने पेट कुत्ते बिल्लियां रहते हैं वो अनफॉर्चुनेटली मर जाते हैं, कितनी सारी चीजें होती है, सैड लगता है. ओके, सो दैट इज सेकंड नेगेटिव इमोशन. एंड द थर्ड नेगेटिव emotion that we always now I'm not really sure whether this is a negative emotion, but traditionally it is put as a negative emotion, which is anger. A lot of anger. I see anger as a very constructive, very powerful emotion. Anger gives me huge amount of power to go out and do something. Anger is the energy that I have. This is the engine of my body, of my mind, of my activities and everything. But that requires an excellent cover on that. It requires an excellent steering wheel, brakes, and ability to control this anger. So when all these emotions are there, and if they are there for a very long period of time, you actually end up feeling quite terrible. If bad emotion takes hold of you and it stays there for a very long time, and so if you stay in this negative phase for a very long time, in ग्रिप ऑफ दिस नेगेटिव इमोशंस। अगर ये नेगेटिव इमोशंस जो है, जो क्रोध है, जो दर्द है, जो डर है, ये अगर हमको पकड़ के बैठता तो थोड़ी देर बाद, थोड़े दिनों के बाद खुद के बारे में बहुत खराब लगने लगता है कि यार मेरी जिंदगी का कुछ ठीक नहीं चल रहा, मैं ऐसे ही डर के रहूंगा क्या, ये मेरे कभी कुछ होगा या नहीं होगा, मेरे हाथ से क्या होगा, आई डोंट नो। एंड वन स्टार्ट्स फीलिंग इंफीरियर, है ना, एक नकारात्मक भूमिका आ जाती है, खुद के बारे में बहुत गंदा लगने लगता है, और फिर आदमी कोशिश नहीं करता, फिर वो विशियस साइकिल चालू हो जाता है कि नेगेटिव फीडबैक है तो हमसे कुछ होता नहीं है, फिर और नेगेटिव फीडबैक आता है, और ये सब चालू रहता है। एंड that you know that puts us in that tailspin. You all must have experienced that some or the other time. We all do that. We all experience negative emotions all the time in our life. Now how do you handle these negative emotions? Because we know that if we stick around with these negative emotions, अगर ये negative emotions हम पे हावी हो जाती है तो हमारा कुछ बनने नहीं वाला है, हम इसके चंगुल में डूब जाएंगे, मर जाएंगे। तो how do you get out of that? You will be surprised that there is a very, very simple and effective way of going about it. You know, you will be, I'm going to give you a simple 3-step formula, something that you can use in your everyday life. The first step is to be aware. First step is to know, like if you're driving a car, your first job is to know where the road is going. You need to know that there is a turn, this is a bumpy road, ये ऊपर जाने वाला है, नीचे जाने वाला है, दाएं मुड़ने वाला है, बाएं मुड़ने वाला है, कुछ तो भी इसका होने वाला है, या ये ब्लाइंड टर्न है, उसके आगे का मुझे कुछ नहीं दिख रहा है। ये अवेयरनेस इंपॉर्टेंट है, वही इमोशन के बारे में है। First thing that you definitely need to know is exactly which emotion is controlling me right now. Am I angry? Am I sad? Or am I feeling scared? You're telling that to yourself, okay? When you're telling that to yourself, you can be absolutely truthful. You don't need to tell the teacher that I'm really scared of you, but you can definitely tell yourself that I'm scared of this particular teacher. वो जब सामने खड़ी हो जाती है तो मेरी सिट्टी पिट्टी गुम हो जाती है, मुझे बातें समझती नहीं है, सूझता नहीं है, जो घर से रट के आया हूं ये भी उन्होंने खड़ा किया तो मेरे बिल्कुल मुंह को ताला लग जाता है, मैं डर जाता हूं। इनके बारे में मेरे मन में बहुत डर है, ये जब सामने आती है तो मेरे मन में वो डर बिल्कुल ऐसा बाहर निकल के आता है और मुझ पे हावी हो जाता है। We need to know that for ourselves. I know these 3 guys, every time I walk into the school, ये लोग मुझे पकड़ते हैं, बहुत तानेबाजी करते हैं, कभी 2-4 टपलियां भी लगाते हैं, सबके सामने मेरी मजाक उड़ाते हैं, मुझे बहुत बुरा लगता है, मैं इनसे डरता हूं, है ना। तो ये जो डर है, ये जो दुख है, हाथ में पकड़ के रखा है। तो as soon as you know which emotion this is, you will be surprised that you actually feel relieved. यार मुझे बॉडी में क्या हो रहा था पता ही नहीं चल रहा था, लेकिन अभी मालूम है कि मैं डर गया हूं, तो ठीक है। अभी एक बार अपने को पता चल गया कि इमोशन क्या है, तो देन द सेकंड स्टेप इज टू टेल योरसेल्फ दैट देयर आर 2 parts ऑफ माय ब्रेन, one is this thinking part and then there is that deep inside part which tries to hijack my brain. This emotion comes from that hijacking part of my brain. Right now, if I'm feeling so emotional, if I'm feeling so scared, so angry, or so sad, that means my brain is being hijacked. This is not the reality. The teacher is not some Mahishasur Mardini, and I am no Mahishasur. But this, my emotional brain is hijacking me completely. Okay? Emotional brain is hijacking me completely, and it's stopping my thought process. So I'm not in control. This is something important. You need to tell yourself that, oh, my emotional brain, I will not let you hijack my remaining brain. I will not let you hijack my entire being. Okay. And then what is the third step that you take? So first step is you identify which emotion this is. ये डर है, ये दुख है, और ये गुस्सा है, क्या है, और या इनका कोई मिक्सचर है। यूजुअली मिक्सचर ही होता है। फिर दूसरी बात यह है कि हम बोलने वाले हैं कि ये इमोशनल ब्रेन को हम पूरा ब्रेन, मेरी पूरी एग्जिस्टेंस हाईजैक नहीं करने दूंगा, ये मैं मेरे कंट्रोल में रखने वाला हूं, ये ऊपर वाला जो ब्रेन है उसके कंट्रोल में रखने वाला हूं। और फिर तीसरी स्टेप ये है कि आपका ब्रेन कोई भी एक काम बहुत ज्यादा देर नहीं कर सकता है। पर्टिकुलरली जब ब्रेन इमोशनल हो जाता है तो बहुत एनर्जी खाता है, इतनी एनर्जी ब्रेन में रहती नहीं है। तो इफ यू जस्ट वेट इट आउट, अगर आप एक दुम दबा के बैठे हो, उधर डरे हो लेकिन बैठे हो, डट के बैठे हो, भाग नहीं रहे हो, तो थोड़ी देर बाद ये इमोशन निकल जाती है। आप में से काफी लोग सी साइड पे गए होंगे, बीच पे गए होंगे, बहुत बड़ी सी लहरें आती है, लेकिन आपको मालूम है कि लहर कितनी भी बड़ी क्यों ना दिखे, ये चली जाती है, आई है और रह गई है। ऐसे सुनामी जिंदगी में एक आध बार आती है, रोज रोज सुनामी नहीं आती। रोज रोज जो आती है वो लहरें आती है, छोटी लहरें, बड़ी लहरें, काफी कुछ बड़ी लहरें, लेकिन लहर रहती है, आती है चली जाती है, आती है चली जाती है। अगर हम डट के बैठे या उसको भी एंजॉय करना सीखे तो बहुत बहुत मजा आता है, ये लहरों को भी एंजॉय कर सकते हैं। सो दिस इज व्हाट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, that I need to tell the rest of my brain that though I'm feeling very emotional, I'm feeling very sad, I'm feeling very angry, this is a wave and this wave will go away. This is something as simple as that. And how do I make this wave go away? I distract myself from that terrible emotion. I know people do a lot of things to distract themselves. Most of the kids nowadays go into media and watch something or listen to their favorite music and they try to distract themselves. That is actually not the most effective way of doing it, because when you are watching it, what you choose to watch is usually same like what your mood is, or the music that you like to hear is the same what your mood is. So you actually enhance that mood, you actually enhance that emotion. What really helps, and scientists have found this out, is using your hands and doing some work with your hands actually helps activate this part of your brain, and you start feeling better, you start getting out of trouble of that emotion. So what can you do with your hand? Music play करना ये बहुत अच्छी बात है। आप अगर कैलीग्राफी वगैरह करते हो तो आप उसकी प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हो, आप कुछ ड्राइंग्स बना सकते हो। अब जितना इंट्रिकेट ड्राइंग्स बनाए उतना आपके ब्रेन के लिए अच्छा है, तो इंट्रिकेट ड्राइंग्स बना सकते हो, पेंटिंग कर सकते हो, गिटार बजा सकते हो, कीबोर्ड प्ले कर सकते हो, लेगोस बना सकते हो, ओरिगामी कर सकते हो, आपको जो भी अच्छा लगे। मुझे तो काफी सारे बच्चे मालूम है जो बोलते हैं जब मैं खराब मूड में रहता हूं ना तो मैं वो होमवर्क वाला काम खत्म करता हूं जिसमें सिर्फ कॉपी करना रहता है, तो वो कॉपी वाला काम मैं खत्म करता हूं, अच्छा सा म्यूजिक लगाता हूं और कॉपी वाला काम खत्म कर देता हूं, क्योंकि जिसमें ये ब्रेन एक्टिवेट हो जाता है। तो इवन दैट इज अ गुड स्ट्रेटेजी, दैट इज अ वेरी गुड स्ट्रेटेजी। आई यूज्ड टू डू दैट क्वाइट ऑफ्टन। आई कांट प्ले म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट, अगर मैं म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट बजाता हूं तो घर के सब लोग भाग जाते हैं या उल्टे आके मुझे मारते हैं, तो वो तो मैं नहीं कर सकता। बट I definitely like to write and finish off my work. That really helps. So whatever works for you, you need to give that a try. And remember, action with your hands is one of the best things that you can do. Now, this is a very simple 3-step method to get over negative emotions. Our only aim is not to let those emotions, negative emotions, take us over completely. It is as simple as that. That you be aware of what is the emotion, you label the emotion, you find the name for that emotion. Second is that you warn yourself कि ये अभी ये बहुत बड़ी लहर आई है और मुझे यहाँ डट के बैठना है, मुझे इसके साथ बह नहीं जाना है। ये इमोशन मुझे जो एक्शन करने के लिए बता रही है वो एक्शन मैं नहीं करने वाला हूँ, सोच के एक्शन करने वाला हूँ, और वो एक्शन है मेरे हाथ का एक्शन। मैं हाथ से वो एक्शन करूंगा, रुकूंगा, बैठूंगा, वेट करूंगा ताकि ये बिल्कुल निकल जाए। That when you see somebody doing some action, doing some help, doing some work, go out there and praise them. It makes them feel really good. It actually helps them, it increases their energy, and in turn they can help you better. So appreciating good work, telling people that you are doing well, keep it up, and all of that really helps. So keep doing that. It makes you feel better about yourself, and it increases your connectivity with other people. When you praise other people, when you help other people, when you are in time of need, or when you want appreciation, you will have your friends coming up and appreciating you as well. So that is the first part. Now let's quickly go on to the second part, which I promised you I'll talk about, which is the fitness, mental fitness. How do you do that? Because all of you on everyday basis are going to get into a situation where things are not easy, things are difficult, things are negative. आप कोशिश कर रहे हो लेकिन सक्सेसफुल नहीं हो रहे हैं। ये होता है, हमेशा होता है जिंदगी में। इमेजिन इवन सचिन तेंदुलकर sometimes goes out and scores a 0 or scores a 5 and 10 when team desperately needs him. He's unable to perform. उसको मालूम होता है कि कल न्यूज़पेपर में क्या क्या आएगा, उसके बारे में लिख के लोग क्या बोलते होंगे, क्या कहते होंगे, लेकिन फिर भी वो दूसरे दिन खेलने के लिए जाता है। तो ये कैसे होता है, ये हम कैसे कर सकते हैं? You know, you could be a sportsman, you could be a regular student, you could be playing music, or you could just be trying to make friends. You may be just trying to be happy, but a lot of negativity can come your way. So coming back to our topic, what do you do when you're feeling terrible? Again, there is a very simple 4-step program for that. जैसे मैंने वो 3-step program बताया, वैसे ये 4-step program है. One thing is that no matter how terrible the situation is, you can always find one tiny bit that you can do, जो आपके कंट्रोल में है, हाँ, जो आपके हाथ में है, जो बाकी किस वो आप कर सकते हैं. Because when we are in the grip of emotions, when we have this huge performance anxiety, we tend to feel very helpless. We feel कि मेरा दुनिया पे, मेरे बॉडी पे, मेरे जिंदगी पे, मेरे लाइफ पे कुछ कंट्रोल नहीं है, सब कंट्रोल में हूं, मैं हूं, वो लोग जैसा करते हैं वैसे मेरी जिंदगी में होता है. So it is very important to get back that control, get back some sense of control. मेरे सामने डर की वजह से, लेकिन मैं इसके आंखों में तो एक बार देखूंगा, मरते मरते कम से कम एक बार तो मैं टाइगर के आंखों से आंखें मिला के देखूंगा, इतना तो मैं कर सकता हूं, वो तो अभी मेरे हाथ में है, वो कोई मुझसे छीन नहीं सकता. सो कितनी भी छोटी चीज क्यों ना हो, जो अपने हाथ में है वहां से शुरुआत करनी है. Getting the grip of yourself and doing something that you can control, it's important. Those 4 bullies are standing there. When I walk past them, I know that they are going to look at me, they are going to pass those comments, maybe they are even going to try and physically attack me. But what is there in my hand? Even though they are watching me, मैं बिल्कुल सीना कस के, सीना तान के, शोल्डर स्क्वायर करके चल सकता हूं. मैं जो बाकी के 4 बच्चे दिख रहा हूं उनको हाय हेलो बोल सकता हूं, मेरे चेहरे पे स्माइल हो. उनको भी शर्म आनी चाहिए या उनको भी कंफ्यूजन होना चाहिए कि यार रोज तो हम इसको इतना ताड़ते हैं, रोज इतनी तकलीफ देती है, इतना डरता है, आज क्या हुआ, ये इतना हंस के जा रहा है, कुछ तो माजरा है. You know, you want to do something which is in your control. So no matter how negative the situation is, you still want to do something. So keep doing that. That is first step. Second step is that in this difficult situation, share it with someone. Talk to somebody. Maybe you don't have any friends that you trust right now, or maybe there is no adult in your life with whom you can tell these things. क्योंकि adult की वो आदत होती है ना कि आप कुछ बताने जाओ तो वो उल्टा उपदेश करना शुरू करते हैं कि पहले तो आपको ही कोसते कि तुमने ऐसा क्यों किया, why did you get into this position. Sometimes they start giving you advice which you find is practically useless. So what you want to do is that maybe you want to write down a diary. You want to express yourself, and you will realize that when you put it in words, the negative feeling starts subsiding. As soon as you start putting it into either words which you say or words which you write, the negative feeling starts subsiding and you get a control on that. All right. So this is something that is very important. So either talk to a friend, talk to a pet. I have my dog and I do talk to him once in a while when I'm feeling quite terrible, and it helps. Whatever pet that maybe you can start writing it down, but just make sure that there is some secrecy or some privacy in that, because many times it so happens कि हम लोग इमोशन के ग्रिप में होते हैं, तब हम लिखते हैं, काफी सारी चीजें लिख जाते हैं, और बाद में अगर कोई पढ़ता है तो उसको लगता है कि यार ये क्या लिख रहा है, इसकी मेंटल स्टेट तो बहुत खराब हो गई है. अपन तब तक बिल्कुल चंगे रहते हैं, वो तो बुरे दिन थे वो निकल गए, बुरा फीलिंग था वो निकल गया, लेकिन लोगों ने अभी पढ़ा तो उनको लगता है ये अभी डिफिकल्ट कंडीशन में. तो इट इज बेटर टू कीप सम कंट्रोल ऑन दैट. सो टॉकिंग अबाउट इट हेल्प्स. Third thing that I have found is exercise helps a lot at such point of time. You have seen a lot of exercise, physical exercise video, and you have learned about a lot of things. So these physical exercises can help you a lot. Sometimes it is not possible to do physical exercise. तो क्या करें? Again, let's take the same situation कि जरा कोई दोस्त है जो मेरे साथ बात नहीं कर रही है, तकलीफ दे रहे हैं, टीचर है जो बहुत गुस्से से मेरी तरफ देख रही है, तो मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ उस सिचुएशन में? What I can do is I can do mental tricks. मैं मैथ्स करता था. अभी यार मैं थोड़ा पढ़ाकू हूं, मेडिकल कॉलेज में गया हूं, तो आप मुझे माफ कर दीजिए, लेकिन मैं डिफिकल्ट सम्स करने की कोशिश कर रहा था, टेबल्स मन में बोलने की कोशिश करता था, कि ताकि मेरा ब्रेन ऐसे एक चीज में इन्वॉल्व हो जाए कि उसको इमोशनल चीजों की तरफ ध्यान देने को ज्यादा टाइम ना मिले. Okay, that is what I used to do. Every time I used to get nervous, I used to start counting difficult numbers or try to remember prime numbers or something like that. You may have your own thing. You may have a favorite singer जिसका song आप मन में गा सकते हो, या आप मन में ऐसे एक विजुअल कर सकते हो कि आप वो कैलीग्राफी से लिख रहे हो, या आप उस सॉन्ग में हो, या कुछ कर रहे हो. आपका मन आपको बहुत कुछ करने को देगा. तो trying to do something like that, giving an exercise to your brain in difficult emotions really helps. I have found that very helpful again and again. And fourth thing that you need to practice over a period of time is being alone. Practicing being alone. Okay, being by yourself, either in your room, in your house, or somewhere, at least for a few minutes. Okay, your internet is switched off, your mobile is switched off, there is no music playing, you're not watching anything, you're not talking to anybody, you're not even reading anything. but you are being by yourself. You are probably just looking out of the window, or you are watching the traffic, or you are just sitting there thinking what is going on in your mind without getting too involved into that. This is something that really helps. Being with yourself gradually gives you a sense of deep comfort inside. You may, if you are a religious type of person, you can pray at that time. को जोगी सब करे, मन को करे न कोय. तन को जोगी सब करे, मन को करे न कोय. सहज ये सब सिद्धि पाइये, जो मन जोगी होए. सहज ये सिद्धि पाइये, जो मन जोगी होए. फिजिकल स्ट्रेंथ के लिए लोग बहुत योगा वगैरह ये वो कर लेते हैं, मन के लिए कुछ नहीं करते. आप मन के लिए थोड़ा सा एक्सरसाइज कर लो, ये सब सिद्धि, ये पूरा जग आपके बस में आ जाएगा, आपका बन जाएगा. That is all that I want to say. Once again, thanks a lot to Fit India. Thanks a lot to CB are going to be out doing a lot of other things. Once again, thanks a lot to all of you. I wish you a very happy, comfortable, great life and a lot of mental resilience. We all will get out of this being mentally strong and fine. Jai Hind, Jai Hindustan. Take care and bye-bye.